Mitikayaris in part 3 of Fear. To address the fear, I got the lion. And the lion's not even roaring, is he? He's got a ball over his eyes like, man, are you still believing this nonsense? You know, I used to work with a guy named Brian. And Brian, little guy, 4 foot maybe, and not a little person. Don't go with that. I actually go with Brian. Okay. By little guy, I'm describing his height. And Brian, I don't know if somebody gave him this nickname or he appropriated it for himself, but this is how he always referred to himself to me, Brian the Lion. So when I wear his shirt, I think of him. Now here's the thing. Brian is of diminutive stature. Many people could look at him and figure doesn't really have that much to say. He doesn't really make much of an impact in this world. I mean, nowadays, of course, everybody is concerned about everybody who is not a heterosexual I hesitate to say the word normal, but a heterosexual white male that is not short, that doesn't have any kind of handicap, anything that could be easily visibly identified as, oh, this is going to hold this person back. Brian is my age, so for a long time he had to take a lot of disparaging commentary. And yet, he saw himself, and rightfully so, as Brian the Lion. He refused to be identified by anything anybody else is saying. And if you are reacting to what other people are saying, right? If you're reacting with rage, if you're reacting with sorrow, if you're reacting with depression, if you're reacting to them because they have the audacity to define you, and you think somewhere along the line, maybe it's true, then you are allowing them to define you. You are then defining yourself. Brian didn't do that. Brian knew he was worthy. Brian knows he is worthy. And that has been my message even before I started doing these videos. You are worthy. You are strong. You are resilient. You have dignity. You have integrity. You are God's child. You deserve to be here. And your story needs to be heard. But I extend that to everyone. Even those who are dull and ignorant, even those who are rabidly biased. I want to hear from them because they have a reason for being biased. And if we can get at the reasons and address those reasons, at the same time, actually seeing their worth as human beings. Because a human being can be persuaded, a human being can grow. But if you just dismiss them and attack them, you're not trying to change anyone. You're just trying to make the acceptable lot of people that you accept. You're just making it smaller. That's all you're doing. This is not of God. This is not of humanity. This is of fear. And fear is the devil. However you want to look at the word devil, spiritually or secularly, fear is the devil. Fear is the nemesis. Don't fear. Peace. 4 fingers.